All right. Hello and welcome to whoever's watching this, I suppose. Go ahead and resize that window. This is the first and only official read through for the short film Alive because I'm a horrible strategist, frankly. Before we get started, well, let me finish having a stroke for a moment. Before we get started, I'd like everyone to introduce themselves and their role in the film. I'll go ahead and go first. My name is Tanner McChristian, and I'm the writer and director. Whoever wants to go next, feel free.
I got you. I'm Caitlin, and I am playing the therapist.
My name is Jared Gossett. I'm playing Riley.
And my name is Moira, and I'm playing Quinn.
All right, terrific. So for this read through, I'll be reading all of the interim stuff. So all I need you guys to read is the dialogue itself.
Cool.
All right. So get started. I'm definitely going to be doing the most reading, but that's fine because I wrote it. So it'll just be an extended session of me stroking my own ego. All right. Fade in. Scene 1. Interior, Quinn's home, morning. Quinn wakes up and gets out of bed with a beaming aura of positivity. An infectious grin remains plastered on her face as she goes about her morning routine. She takes a shower, brushes her teeth, gets dressed, and walks out of her home. Cut to Scene 2. A montage of Quinn enjoying life. Cut to Scene 3. Interior. Quinn's therapist office, day. Quinn sits Quinn sits in front of the therapist with the same attitude and positivity from before. However, the therapist has a look of utter bewilderment and genuine concern on her face as she looks over at Quinn. A notepad sits in her lap, but she's simply too awestruck to write anything. The two just look at each other, waiting for the other to start speaking. The silence is deafening. No sound in the room aside from the occasional adjusting of the two in their seats and the tick-tock of the clock on the wall. It stays this way for a couple minutes. Eventually, the therapist finds the courage to ask the one burning question that frankly needs to be asked.
Quinn?
Quinn perks up
Yeah,
excitedly. Oh, sorry.
you're good. Yeah,
The therapist leans forward as she asks the question.
Are you okay?
of course. Alive and well. Why?
The therapist raises a concerned yet understandably confused eyebrow as Quinn maintains the bright demeanor. The therapist flips through her notes.
I'm sorry, are you sure you have the right office?
Oh, yes, I'm sure.
So you are Quinn Larson?
I certainly hope so.
The therapist finishes going over her notes and looks up at Quinn with a look of pure pity. Quinn takes note of this, now showing concern for the therapist.
Is everything okay?
The same Quinn Larson who just last week was released from the hospital after spending a month in intensive care following a car crash of which they were the only survivor.
As the therapist explains, Quinn seems to darken ever so slightly, but only slightly. She just smiles and answers.
I guess I'm an overachiever.
Um,
The therapist remains dumbfounded. Cut to Scene 4. The title sequence plays as Quinn walks down the sidewalk listening to music. That's a wrap for the therapist. Cut to Scene 5. Exterior. Park. Evening. Riley sits on a bench next to the sidewalk in the park. He looks drained and frustrated, holding a ring in his hands, staring at it as he sits there. Quinn walks down the sidewalk and notices the bench. She walks up to it before speaking to Riley.
Hey, sorry to bug you, but is it okay if I sit for a sec? I've been on my feet all day.
Riley looks over at Quinn, clearly annoyed, but not trying to be rude.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
She sits next to Riley, and she takes a drink and just admires the nature around her. Eventually, she looks over at Riley and she sees the ring in his hand. Quinn seems to have a look of concern fall over her, but she tries to maintain the positivity.
What's your name?
Riley doesn't look back at Quinn, but he does answer.
Riley.
Nice to meet you. I'm Quinn.
Riley looks over his shoulder, clearly weirded out by Quinn's overly happy presence.
Likewise, I guess.
Look, I don't mean to be nosy, but you seem like you're having a day.
What gave it away?
Quinn sits back on the bench, clearly concerned for Riley, but it's clear that Riley isn't interested in help. Quinn tries to reach out once more.
Would talking about it help?
Riley is getting more and more annoyed.
No.
Well, I mean it might.
Riley turns to face Quinn.
Jesus, would you leave me alone? I didn't come here for the all right?
Riley turns back to the ring as Quinn deflates a little, but she finds it in herself to just keep smiling.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Quinn gets up from the bench and walks in front of Riley. He looks up at Quinn.
Hey, for what it's worth, I hope things get better soon.
Quinn turns and begins to walk away, and Riley watches them, the guilt from his rudeness clearly setting in. He hesitates, but forces himself to call out to Quinn.
Hey, hold on.
Quinn stops and turns around, surprised.
I'm sorry. I'm just being an asshole.
Quinn smiles as she begins to walk back over to the bench.
It's all right. I understand.
It's not, but I appreciate that.
Quinn looks down at the ring as as she sits next to Riley on the bench again.
X.
Riley raises an eyebrow as he looks over at his watch, and then looks back at the ring.
As of about 3 hours ago. Yeah,
Ooh, well, there's still plenty of fish, right?
Riley looks up out in front of them.
I got fired today too.
Quinn's eyes widen a bit.
Oh, well, there's bound to be better opportunities.
Riley turns to look at Quinn.
I made $300,000 a year.
Quinn's eyes widen more.
Maybe there's similar jobs?
I'm moving back in with my parents.
That one stops Quinn in her tracks.
Yeah, that blows.
Yep.
Riley turns back forward, looking off into the park as he tosses the ring over the sidewalk into the brush. Quinn stews for a moment, pondering what to say. She seems to find the answer.
Well, hey, it could always be worse. You know, a couple months ago, I was in a really bad car crash.
Riley turns to face Quinn with a look of genuine concern.
My whole family died in that crash. My mom, my dad, sister, even the family dog.
Riley's concern turns into genuine unsettlement at the glee with which Quinn just described the worst day of her life.
Did you plan for that to happen?
Quinn bursts out laughing at the question for a moment before getting herself together.
No, but you'd be surprised how many people have asked me that.
Not really.
Oh, why is that?
Most people wouldn't seem so happy when describing a family tragedy.
Yeah, you're probably right. But I mean, it's pretty amazing, right?
The multiple deaths.
No, that I'm alive.
Riley seems to finally understand what Quinn is trying to say.
I mean, I can walk, I can talk. I still look all right, give or take a few scars. Don't get me wrong. It's awful that they're gone. But I don't think they'd want me to waste my second chance just being depressed about it, you know?
Riley lets out a chuckle as he answers.
Yeah, I guess so.
Quinn brightens up as she sees Riley smile.
Oh my God, he smiles.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. You have a way with words.
I try.
No, really, thanks.
The two look at each other for a moment with a quiet understanding and appreciation.
No problem.
Quinn stands up.
You you gotta get going?
Yeah. Physical therapy, then work.
Right. Well, it was great meeting you.
Likewise. Try to take it easy, okay?
No promises.
Quinn chuckles as she walks away. Riley leans back on the bench, still smiling. He shakes his head, almost as if he's trying to shake off the smile, but it doesn't work. He sits there smiling at the pleasant interaction he just had. Eventually, he gets up and leaves the park. Cut 2, Scene 6, exterior, park sidewalk, evening. As Quinn walks along, gleefully listening to music again and being carefree, a sudden flash of the night of the crash hits her like a cinder block to the chest. She stops in her tracks, and the happy expression drops into that of a deer in headlights. She stands there, clearly being affected by the sudden flooding of negative emotions. The flashes keep coming, but Quinn is able to push them out, turning up her music and resuming her day. Cut to black. The end. All right.
Yippee!
All right. Gonna go ahead and end the recording. To anyone watching this, thank you so much, and we'll see you all on the big screen. Bye-bye.